viewers. Hope you're doing fine. This is Bro Enoch Ochilo once again, and I'm inviting you to our class. Today, we are going to look at Introduction to Driving, and we'll be looking at several things as we continue. So if you are joining us, thank you so much for joining us, and please be sure to subscribe if you've not subscribed. And if you have a question, please let us know. Just drop it there on the comment section. So God bless you so much as you join us. On Introduction to Driving, we're gonna look at a few things on introduction, but today I want to at least look at vehicle categories. Of course, we have on introduction, we look at the goals of driver training, the importance of driver training. We also have the importance, the responsibilities of a driver. You also have to look at the responsibilities of a driver. And then that is also where we look at the terms that we use in driving. Like for example, what do we say? We have an example of these questions that we normally ask. The terms, they are like stalling. We have creeping in, skidding, aquaplaning, NTSA. Those are terms that we use also in driving, and we can find those terms at Introduction to Driving. So today I want us to focus on vehicle categories. Vehicle categories. We shall look at those terms sometimes later, or maybe at the end of the class. But today let us look at vehicle categories. What are the categories of different vehicles? The vehicles are categorized from category A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Those are the vehicle categories. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So category A is given to motorbikes, motorcycles. So motorcycles are under category A. And we say we have a category A is into three categories also: A1, A2, and A3. A1, A2, and A3. A1 is a scooter, or we call them moped riders. That's a scooter or a moped rider. That is category A1. And anybody who is between the age of 16 years and above can train category A1. That is 16 years and above. That means you are just training, but you don't have a driving license, a riding license. You just train, and then you're given a letter that shows that you're allowed to ride that bike. So that is category A1. And then we have category A2. Category A2 is also a light motorbike, light motorcycle. Now remember, in the other categories, in the old curriculum, we had category FG. FG was for motorbikes, but now we have A2. A2 is a light motorbike. That one is a bike that just for personal, for private, for personal use, just your bike at home. That is category A2. And then anybody who is at the age of 18 and above can train category A2. Then we have category A3. A3, which is a motorbike taxi or a three-wheeler. Now you realize that most of the border riders do not have A3. They just have A2 and they are using it to drive. That is wrong and is a mistake. It's an offense. You need to have A3 for you to be a border rider. So category A3 is for somebody who is above 21 years, at least 21 years. Now you realize that that is 3 years of driving experience of category A2. So you train category A2, and then you get 3 years of driving experience, and then you come and get an endorsement of A3. A3, which is a motorbike taxi, or a three-wheeler, or a tuk-tuk. A three-wheeler is also a tuk-tuk. So for you to ride a tuk-tuk, you need a driving license for category A2, and then you come and endorse category A3. So that is 21 years and above. And then those are for motorbikes. So category A is for motorbikes. We've said A1, A2, and A3. And then you have B, C, D, E, F, G. Those ones are vehicles now, motor vehicles. We have category B. Category B are light vehicles. Light vehicles ni saloon cars. Saloon cars, a vehicle that is that carries not more than 7 passengers. That is a light vehicle, not more than 7 passengers. So if it carries more than 7 passengers, then it is not a light vehicle, it's in other category. So it carries not more than 7 passengers. So a light vehicle category B, we have category B1, B2, and B3. B1, B2, and B3. So for category B1, that one is a light vehicle that is fitted with manual transmission. B1 is a manual transmission. So it is if you train for B1, that is a manual one. If you train B2, that is automatic. You train B1, that is manual, B2 is automatic. So those are the categories. Then B3 are professionals. We call them professionals, i.e. Taxis like Uber, like Taxify. So those are category B3. So for B1 and B2, you just need to be 18 years and above and come and train for category B1 and B2. But category B3, you need to have at least 22 years and above. That is 4 years of driving experience. So for you to train a taxi, you need a driving license for category B1 or B2, and then you come, after 4 years of experience, you come and train B3. Then the driving experience is not just your driving license lasting for 4 years. 4 renewals. You need 4 renewals. That is 4 years experience. So just don't take your driving license and get it for 4 years and then come for training for category B3. You need 4 renewals, or 1 year renewal and a 3 years renewal. So because you can renew your driving license for 1 year and then for 3 years. So if you renew 1 year and then you renew 3 years, that is 4 renewals. Or you renew 1, 1, 1, 1, those are 4 renewals. And then you come to train for category B3. So category B1 carries not more than 7 passengers, B2 not more than 7 passengers, B3 not more than 7 passengers. So that is another category under light vehicles. And then we have category C. Category C are trucks. Category C are trucks, ama zile wanaita lorry. Now, C is into 4 categories. We have C1, C2, and C3. Not C3, C1, C2, CE, and CD. C1, C2, CE, and CD. Now, C1 is a light truck. C1 is a light truck ama kanta. Lori ndogo ambayo hubeba mizigo ndogo. That is C1. Now you realize that somebody who has a driving license of category BCE has an advantage over the person who has category B and C1. Category B and C1 only can drive a vehicle ambayo iko haina zaidi ya gurudumu 7. Zaidi ya gurudumu 7, you can't. You only can drive only up to 7. But the person with a BCE can go up to 11. So that is a medium truck. So category B, category C1 is a light truck. Person should be above 22 years. Now, mtu huuliza, can I train zote mbili? Can I train B and C, B and C1? Now, under the old curriculum, you would have trained for both BCE. But then under this new curriculum, you cannot train for both. You can only train for one, and then you endorse another one. So if you train for, let's say for example, B, now the curriculum says that you have to start with category B. So you either come and study B1 or B2, and then do an endorsement of C1. So if you study B1, you'll come and endorse category C1. So you can do consecutively, but then you have a different settings of exams. So like you can do B1 and do the exam today, or maybe after 1 month you do the exam, and then you also come and endorse immediately the category C1. Take at least like a 1 week and do another exam. So you can do them concurrently, but then the exams will be done differently. So that is what's happening today. So that is category C1. That is a light track for a person who is above 22 years, not below 22 years. So if you're below 22 years, you cannot train category C1. And then you have category C2. C2 is a medium track. C2 is a medium track. Acha tuseme ile ambayo iko na gurudumu ambayo sio zaidi ya 11. 11 because we have 10 that are moving, and then one which is at least spare. So those are 11. And then that is a medium track. You need to be 24 years and above. 24 years and above for you to train category C1, C2 I mean. And then you have category CE. CE is a heavy truck with a trailer. Heavy truck with a trailer, that is category CE. So you need to be 28 years and above. For you to train 28 years and above, ili kuendesha zile trailer, lazima uwe na 28 years and above. So that means you need to have trained category B1, and then you train category C1. 2 years of driving experience, you train category C2. 4 years of driving experience, then you come for an endorsement of category CE. So 4 years after C2, you get 4 years, and then you come for CE. Then after CE, we have another category which is CD. CD, those ones we call them HGV, heavy goods vehicle. HGV, heavy goods vehicle for transportation of hazardous materials. The vehicles which are carrying hazardous materials are category CD. So like those ones ambazo zinabeba petrol, those that are carrying petrol, diesel, acid. Remember, under hazardous materials, we have 9 classes of hazardous materials. 9 classes of hazardous materials. So under all those classes of hazardous materials, you have vehicles ambazo huwa zina transport hazardous materials. So these ones are under category CD. And this one category, you need to be 30 years and above. So that means you have trained category CE, you have an endorsement for category CE, and then you come for an endorsement of category CD. 30 years and above. So those are tracks. Category C1, light truck, C2, medium truck, CE, heavy truck with a trailer, and then CD, heavy truck for transportation of hazardous materials. So those are category C. And then we have category D. Category D, most people come and ask, nataka class A. Class A, we have said they are motorbikes. But under the old curriculum, class A was PSVs and omnibuses. But then right now, under this new curriculum, category D are the PSVs. PSV is category D. Remember, if you're training for PSV, one of the questions the examiner will ask you, what does PSV stand for? PSV is public service vehicle. Public service vehicle, and the public service vehicle. So if you come to train for category D, you must understand some of the questions. I'll be helping you throughout the questions that you can be asked if you're doing PSV. And also if you're doing a motorbike, if you're training for a motorbike, I also have some questions for you. So just stay tuned on this channel. So we have category E. Category E is one of the questions that are normally asked. That is SPDL. SPDL. SPDL, you can be asked, what does SPDL stand for? SPDL stands for Special Professional Driver's License. Special Professional Driver's License. Not Special Provisional. No. Special Professional Driver's License. Now this category is for those forklifts, the lifts, like the one ambazo inatumika kwa you can see those people of Kenya Power wanakuja kutengeneza mulika mwezi, then there is a lift ambayo hubeba mtu kumpeleka that kwa hiyo taa, that is a forklift. Those are special types, so that is category E. So if you want that category, you do not need any other experience, nothing else required, just 18 years and above, and then you come and train for category E. That is a special professional driver's license, SPDL. But then PDL stands for provisional driving license. Provisional driving license, not provincial. It's a provisional driving license. For any learner who is undergoing training, they must have category, they must have a PDL. If you're training for driving, you have to need a PDL. That's a provisional driving license. Now, okay. Welcome back. Sorry for that interruption. Okay. We are saying for a PDL, as you are training, you're given it for a period of 3 months. So that's why a PDL takes 21 days to mature. That's why you'll be told the course you are taking takes a minimum of 21 days, a minimum of 1 month, and a maximum of 3 months. Because you'll apply for a PDL that is online, and then it takes 21 working days. After 21 working days, it is matured, then you can undergo a test. After the test, then you can be given your driving license. So also, it can take 3 months to expire. That means if you're not available within the 21 days, but you can be available within the 3 months, you can. So that goes up to 3 months. So we have a PDL that is going to take you through that. So a PDL is a learner's license. It is a provisional driving license which takes 21 days to mature and 3 months to expire. That's a PDL. Now, okay, through the DTU, the driving test unit, after you've undergone a test, you're given what you call C of C. C of C is a certificate of competence. A certificate of competence is given to somebody who has undergone a test, and the examiner has ascertained that this person has done the test and has passed the test. So they give you the C of C, certificate of competence, and then this is for a period of time. This is for probation period. Now within the probation period, what is being tested is that you are allowed to go out and drive. But then, if in case you cause an accident within the 90 days that are provided, then you are supposed to go back to school. Within the probation period, you're supposed to go back to school, and then you are retrained where in the area that led you to cause an accident. If you are reversing your car and then you cause an accident, then you have to go back to school and retrain on reversing. If you cause an accident because of overtaking, and then you have to go back to school and train on overtaking. So that is a probation period. So for a C of C, it is for a probation period of at least 90 days. So that is a C of C. But then after 90 days, if you didn't cause any accident, then you're given your driving license, because then you're now a competent driver. So you've not caused any accident, so you're supposed to be given your driving license, you start driving. So then we continue to the somebody was asking, na ikiwa utasababisha ajali, maybe utaanguka na gari peke yako. Utaanguka na gari tu peke yako hivi, you didn't hit somebody, you didn't cause an accident, maybe because of overtaking, careless overtaking, overspeeding, doing whatever, but you just ulianguka tu na gari. At least, but in that scenario also, there is something ambayo itakuwa imesababisha wewe kufanya hiyo ajali, kuanguka ama kuangusha gari ama kufanya chochote ambacho kilifanyika. There is something that will have caused you to do that. So we shall investigate and find out what exactly led to that, and then you are going to go back to school and train on the same thing. Okay, let's continue also to the next category. Category F. Category F is a SPD, special driver's license for persons with disabilities. special driver's license for persons with disabilities. That is category F. If maybe you are partially blind, that means you can see, but with the help of some aids that are helping you to see. So you come, if you're coming to train for category B, then we find out that you have that, you are partially blind. We are going to give you category F, but then the category of vehicle is B. So the F is going to stand for the special kind, maybe for the special condition, that is F, and then B will be for the category of the vehicle you're training. So it's F, then B1, F, B2, F, B3, or FC1, FC2, FC3, FCE, FCD, like that. So F stands for the special condition that somebody has. So category F is a special driver's license for persons with disabilities. That is category F. Then we have category G. Category G, oh sorry, tuliruka category D. We just said it is a PSVs. So PSVs, let's go back to category D. We have D1, D2, and D3. D1, D2, and D3. So category D1 is for category D1 is for vans. Vans is a matatu, Nissans, those are category D1, carrying not more than 14 passengers. So 14 seaters are category D1. So you come and train after you've been driving for 4 years, 4 renewals of your license. Then you come and train for category D1. After training for category D1, remember those ones are only Nissans. Those ones are only vans. Sio zaidi ya 14 passengers, sio zaidi ya 14 seater, only 14 seater. And then after training for that, that is at least at 22 years and above, then after 3 years, you've driven that matatu, that Nissan for 3 years, then you come and train category D2. D2, which is a minibus. A minibus now, you come and train, that is at the age of 25 years and above. That means umeendesha gari kwa miaka 3, ile ambayo ni ya matatu Nissan, umeiendesha kwa miaka 3, so you have an experience in a PSV, so you can train minibus. That is D2. So a minibus is carrying between 14 and 32 passengers. Between 14 and 32 passengers. So it's on a minibus. And then we have large buses. Large buses which are category D3. D3. And that one should be 30 years and above. At least mtu ambaye ana miaka 30 na zaidi anaendesha gari ambayo ni category D3. So let's finish with the category G first. Category G are plants. Hizo za kulima barabara for constructions. There are industrial constructions and hizo plants and equipment. Those are category G. Now for category G, the requirements are a driving license. So if you train ukiwa na driving license, an endorsement is done on that driving license. So you just need a driving license and then you go train for the plants and operators. Those are category G. Now what are the questions that you can be asked? A very common question is about moped riders. Moped riders. So moped riders are category A1. Category A1, those are scooters. So you can be asked, moped riders require which category of classes? Which category of license? That is category A1. A1 are scooters. And then three-wheeler requires which category of license? Category A3. Those are three-wheelers or boda-bodas. They require A3. And then we have another question. Of course, we've said what is a PSV. PSV is what is PSV? PSV is public service vehicle, and that vehicle must be taken for inspection. Then I don't know. Do we have any other question on categories of vehicles? If I look, no common question, but some other question can be just on categories. So we don't have some other common questions that you can find on categories, but just a reminder so that at least you know what you require for you to train on any of the vehicles. Now, something that is also very common, let's look at the questions on terms. Terms. We have something we call stalling. What is stalling? Stalling, S-T-A-L-L-I-N-G, stalling. Stalling is the abrupt stop of the engine. The abrupt stop of the engine is what we call stalling. Now, stalling can be caused by maybe the lack of balancing of clutch and accelerator can lead to stalling. And then if you engage the high gear with low power, then the vehicle can stall. Umeipea gear kubwa na mafuta kidogo, the vehicle can stall. Ama umeipea mafuta mingi na gear ndogo, the vehicle can stall. And then also the engine can stall when it is soaked in water. So when it's soaked in water, it can stall kwa sababu imekunywa maji. So ensure that umehakikisha kwamba haijakuwa soaked in water. And then also unapoanzisha gari in the morning, unapata kwamba you need to leave it. Ukiona kwa dashboard kuna light ambayo inaonyesha green. Hiyo taa ikionyesha green pale kwa dashboard inakwambia kwamba the engine is so cool. Yaani ni baridi sana hiyo engine. So you need at least to warm it up. Unaangurumisha gari, unaacha ina warm the engine. Ikisha warm the engine, that is then when you can start your driving. So usistart tu hivyo mara moja na unaanza kuendesha gari. No. You just unaiwasha engine, then unawasha gari ina warm kidogo, and then ikipata warm, the light will turn to red. After it has been green, it will turn to red, and then it will show you that at least the engine is at least warm. Ndio uanze kwenda na gari. Okay, then we have another one that is skidding. Skidding, S-K-I-D-D-I-N-G. Skidding. Skidding is the sliding of the vehicle out of control on a slippery surface. That is the skidding. Sliding of the vehicle out of control on a slippery surface. So gari ikiteleza, kwenda unapokanyaga brake gari inateleza, this one can be caused by slippery surfaces. It can also be caused by poor tire treads. It can also be caused by poor brake pads. It can also be caused by emergency braking. Those ones can cause skidding. So ensure that you are braking properly. Avoid instant brakes. Then ensure that your vehicle tires are fitted properly and they are okay. So you ensure that the car is very well and very well maintained mechanically, and that the tires are fitted properly. And then we have also what we call 4-second rule. 4-second rule. Now the 4-second rule is that technique that is used by a driver to estimate the minimum distance they are supposed to drive between following another vehicle. So between you and the vehicle in front, what should be the distance you need to keep? For you to estimate that distance, use what you call the 4-second rule. So a 4-second rule is a guideline used by drivers to estimate the following distance. So how do we apply the 4-second rule? You apply it by counting 4 seconds, but not just by counting 1, 2, 3, 4. You apply the 4-second rule by counting 4 seconds, and the 4 seconds are 1001, 1002, 1003, and 1004. So those are the 4 seconds. But then how do you estimate? First of all, you identify a landmark. Kwa ule mtu wako mbele yako, you look, unaangalia mbele yake kabisa. Then you find a landmark. Say for example, a bridge ambayo iko mbele yake. The bridge that is just in front of him, unaiangalia. The bridge, a building, a bend, or whatever, any landmark that you can identify ambayo iko mbele ya ule mtu ambao unapata. So yule mtu akipita that landmark, when he passes that landmark, then you will start counting 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. So if you pass the landmark before finishing counting, then you are too close. You are too close. So you need to increase the following distance. So for you to increase the following distance, you need to slow down. But then in town, what should be the following distance in town? At least the distance so you can be able to see the rear wheels. That is the following distance in town. So that is 4-second rule. You also have what you call creeping in. Creeping in is the slow movement of the vehicle without the notice of the driver. So like you are on traffic, all vehicles are stationary, zimesimama, and then umesimama hivyo, then you forgot to engage the handbrake, ulisahau kuweka handbrake, so umekanyaga brake yako hivi, unapata gari linasonga pole pole without you noticing. Maybe uko kwa simu, or maybe you're talking to somebody, you're talking with the passengers in the vehicle, and then you realize gari linasonga, you are not realizing gari linasonga pole pole without your notice. So that is what you call creeping in, the slow movement of the vehicle without the notice of the driver. That is creeping in. So that's why unapata kwa jam, mtu akisimamisha gari kwa jam anaweka handbrake. Some other people even do switch off the engine because wanajua the vehicle might creep. And then we also have cutting in. Cutting in is the sharp change of direction at the front of another vehicle after overtaking. The sharp change of direction at the front of another vehicle after overtaking. Mtu ana overtake alafu anaingia mbele yako sharply. That is cutting in. Avoid cutting in. What are the risks of overtaking? The risks of overtaking, if you overtake carelessly, one of the risks is that you can be hit head on. Another risk is that you can be side whipped. Unaweza pigwa on the side. Another risk is that you also can be run off. If you're overtaking a trailer and then you cut in, your trailer inaweza pita juu yako. So that is the risks. Those are the 3 risks of overtaking. So ensure that you overtake carefully. If you're watching us for the very first time, please hit the subscribe button and let's continue also. If you have a question, please put it down there on the comment section. I'll be responding to those questions later. And then also, what else is another NTSA? Like imagine somebody asks you what does NTSA stand for? Those are some of the common questions. Examiner anakuuliza pale NTSA inasimamia nini? Unashindwa NTSA. NTSA stands for National Transport and Safety Authority, not agency. National Transport and Safety Authority. Yes. And then we have KENHA. KENHA is Kenya National Highways Authority. Kenya National Highways Authority. And then we have NEMA, National Environmental Management Authority. NEMA. Then we have KEBS, KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards. Kenya Bureau of Standards. And then we have, of course, NTSA, NEMA, and KEBS. They work together in licensing for any person who wants to drive hazardous materials. That process is what you call a hazmat endorsement framework. Hazmat endorsement framework is a procedure ambayo mtu yeyote ambaye anataka kuendesha gari la kubeba bidhaa hatari kupitia ili akaweza kupata hiyo endorsement. So anafaa kwenda kwanza kwa NTSA apate endorsement. Ukishapata endorsement ya kwamba you can drive hazardous materials, lazima uje. Those categories we've said category C, D. So if you come to NTSA, they will give you an endorsement for category C, D. But remember, we have said we have 9 classes of hazardous materials. So you cannot just carry any. So after NTSA has given you that endorsement, you go to KEBS. KEBS, now they determine which class. You go and say, I want to drive class 3. Class 3 are hazardous flammable solids, flammable liquids. Those are class 3. Class 2 are flammable liquids, flammable solids I mean. Then class 3 are flammable liquids, like spirits. White spirit is a flammable liquid and it's so hazardous. So that is another class. We have 9 classes. So you come and say I want class 1, which are explosives. So you want class 1, KEBS will give you class 1. Under class 1 you have subcategories. They will give you whichever you want. And then after going there, you come to NEMA. NEMA, which will tell you the effects of that hazardous material to the environment, to property, and even to living organisms, and even to human life. So that is why you need those three bodies: NTSA, NEMA, and KEBS. We have another one, another abbreviation. We said PDL is a provisional driving license. We have another one which is which one is this? There are so many, like they just come once, boom. So I'll be posting some of them as we continue. But if you have one, please drop it down there. Let me see them, and I'll be responding to them. So thank you so much for joining us to this class today. I'm very happy to have you. God bless you so much. Continue sharing, sharing my links to some other portals and some other mediums, and tell people to subscribe. You are my support system. You are my support system, and let's walk this journey together. Let's grow together. This channel is the one that has a vision of taking driving online, so that at least everybody can train online. So let's take it higher by getting those subscriptions. 10,000 subscriptions is our target. So we are doing it, and with you, I know we are going far. So thank you so much. Goodbye. See you in the next class. In the next class, we shall be looking at least I said, we are going to look at dashboard, not dashboard lights. We are going to look at jump starting the car, and also jump starting the vehicle, and what else? Hill start. We also need to look at those topics. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and bye bye. Ciao. Okay.